Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts and business sponsors who make these live presentations possible. I'm Jim McCoy, along with Mark McLemore. Johnny McCoy on the camera, coming to you live from Merlin, Oregon at North Valley High School. We thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore pregame show presented by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon and featuring the Cascade Christian Challengers versus the North Valley Knights. We're pleased you're joining us for this event on TableRockSports.net, and welcome our home and visiting fans to the broadcast. Joe Brett is our executive producer. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please help Table Rock Sports by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and thank you to the 3,300 fans who already have. Well, I'll tell you what, a little bit of an overcast evening here. It's given maybe us a couple of anxious moments, but you know, on the other hand, no rain in the forecast for this evening, but it is a little bit windy, and it always seems like it's always an interesting night when we head up here. And, of course, over the years, this has turned into a pretty good rivalry. If you remember last year, Mark, North Valley in the season opener for both squads gave Cascade a pretty good run for their money. Before the Challengers ended up pulling away in the second half for a victory. And, of course, that was last year. And now we're on to this year. The Challengers look very different this year. And now coming into this matchup, the Knights have an overall record of 6-1. And right now, you look at the coaches poll, North Valley number 6, Cascade number 7. But you look at the league standings, effectively what we have here is an unofficial battle for the league championship.
Yeah, we really do. And if you look at the OSAA rankings, currently North Valley ranked number 5 in the state. The Challengers number 15. So obviously the Challengers, well, they have a common opponent that they both lost to in Siuslaw. The Challengers, losing that game at the very end, and it was a high-scoring contest. And then North Valley, of course, lost 14-7, so a very low-scoring contest. So kind of interesting that Siuslaw played North Valley in week 2, and of course the Challengers played them the following week. 40-35 loss for the Challengers and a 14-7 loss for the Knights. So, pretty close, both of them, against the number 1 team currently in the state, the Siuslaw. That Siuslaw team from over on the coast. So if you look at that contest and compare it to the rest of the league schedule that both the Challengers and the Knights have cruised through, this looks like it might be a pretty good game tonight.
It sure has that look. Well, you talk about that low-scoring game, North Valley only surrendering 60 points in 7 games. Mathematically, that comes out to about 8.5 points a game that they're surrendering. That's more what you expect historically from the Challengers, but they have been in a number of high-scoring affairs, particularly in their non-league schedule. It leads you to believe, perhaps, that it's going to be kind of an offense versus defense type of matchup. But in terms of looking at North Valley, this is a team that will throw a lot of looks at you, do a lot of pre-snap motion, and really just kind of, I think, try to kind of leave you a little bit baffled before the snap of the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to see tonight. A lot of different formations, a lot of pre-snap motion from the Knights. And then for the Challengers defense, it's going to come down to, I think, stopping the run, as it usually does for Cascade. When they've had games where they've had trouble, it's been against the run, teams that have been run heavy. And so I think you're going to see if the Knights try to maybe see if they can push the Challengers around a little bit tonight. And on the flip side, I think you're going to see the Challengers try to throw the ball around a little bit. The Knights have been fairly good against most of the teams they've played, which have been run-oriented teams. I don't know how much of the open offense that you're going to see Cascade Christian run that the Knights have seen so far. So I think the advantage for the Challengers tonight is going to be in that open offense, that open spread offense to try to get the ball into their playmakers. And for the Knights, it's going to be, I think, to see if they can run the football.
Absolutely. Well, this is going to be, well, let me see here. I believe we got the national anthem coming up, and we have a live band, so we're going to play it. there you have the North Valley marching band. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll get ready for the start of tonight's game. That'll follow these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Jeep Adventure Days at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 24 Ram 1500 4x4. Shop online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
I ride my bike and sometimes the bus, sometimes both at the same time. I do have a car, but right now it's just too expensive to pay for insurance and gas. I love my job. At Ashland Food Co-op, they're a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. It's way cheaper to be able to pay $10 a month, and now I can go anywhere in the valley. Pretty much unlimited rides. It's more than just a bus ride. RVTD is moving our community forward.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like, too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Welcome back. This portion of our pregame show brought to you by the Peak Rewards app, where you can save on gas and goodies. Use the Peak Rewards app to order crispy, crunchy chicken and sides. Choose your favorite items, set a time, and pick up a great dinner ready to serve on the way home. Well, we heard it was senior night here at North Valley tonight. And Mason Smith, who we'll see quite a bit of for North Valley on both sides of the football, mentioned that what he looks forward to is beating Cascade Christian. You know that as far as the Knights are concerned, the Challengers have a great big target on their backs, and they're hoping to maybe resolve, maybe avenge a few losses taken over the years. And I tell you what we have seen, especially early in games, whether it was 2 years ago or whether it was last year's matchup, North Valley has played this Challenger team tough.
They really have, and it looks like they won the toss, and they not only did they win the toss, but they elected to get the football. So North Valley will have it first. The Challengers will be kicking, and we're going to see right off the bat, we're going to be testing that Challenger defense against that North Valley offense.
Well, we'll look forward to bringing that your way. We've got our starting lineups here for both squads, and what I'm noticing is even though there are only 7 seniors on this night football team, that there are a number of guys whose names are familiar from years prior. So you're talking about guys who have plenty of experience, know what this rivalry is all about, and kind of have an idea of what to expect for it. I'll tell you what's going to be a little interesting tonight, Mark, is of course this Challenger team hasn't played in a couple of weeks. That last week They were set to play senior night against and have a homecoming against St. Mary's, and then St. Mary's ran into, after their loss to North Valley, it was just like, we just can't go on.
Right.
Due to numbers and such, and so I think it's given probably the Challengers a chance to recover a little bit, but by the same token, it's, you get a flow to your season, and that will break it up.
Every week, and we'll see how they come out here after having not played last week. So I think that'll be interesting for the Challengers, too. I'm sure they want to get out here and hit somebody else besides their own teammates.
Absolutely. Well, back deep to receive will be Cade Moore for North Valley, wearing number 1. And for the Challengers, Alex Fianaka going to get set to kick it away. And just right as things get going, get a little touch of rain going here this evening. No mention of rain in the forecast, but it's definitely some overcast skies this evening to make things interesting. The hay's in the barn. The work's done. It's time to play. End over end kick will be taken by one of the upmen. Return out across the 30-yard line up to the 32, and that is where North Valley will set up offensively. And we'll go ahead and get the starting lineup out here for you. For the Knights, quarterback Roy McGregor, wearing number 10. In the backfield will be John Erkeneff. We got Hayden Taylor, Wyatt Bell, Max Friedman, and Carson Smith at the perimeter positions. We'll get the line for you after this snap. On first down, McGregor does the keeper.
And there's a fumble.
And the Challengers recover. So we'll go ahead and immediately switch gears and give you the Challenger offense. They'll look like this tonight. Derek Farmer at quarterback, Bryson Walker in the backfield. The receivers, Riley Richardson, Caleb Parker, Carson Willard, and Grady Sickler. Sam Seiss on the line along with Scotty Van Dyke, Zach Cook, Evan Stonehill, and Cole Breitler. First and 10 for the Challengers at the 35-yard line of North Valley. Farmer dropping back, starts to take off. Landon Montgomery making the stop.
Design quarterback draw there, and not much on it, a couple of yards maybe.
Now looking at the defense for the Knights as we scoot things around to try to protect it from the rain. Up front, Carson Smith, Landon Montgomery, and Ryan Gaskin. Then we have Wyatt Bell, Tanner Core, Malachi Lowe, Max Friedman, Lyric Anderton, Cade Moore, Hayden Taylor, and Gabe Dahlberg. Farmer dropping back, looking to throw, and underthrew his intended target a little bit. And almost taken away there by Max Friedman. So the Challengers off to a bit of an, well, both teams actually off to an inauspicious start offensively. There we get that John L. Scott scoreboard up for you. It'll be a third down and about 8. And a false start called against the Challengers. One of the fun things here tonight at North Valley, Mark, is we got the referees mic'd up.
Oh, we do.
So that will end up kind of taking some of the mystery out of some of the calls. Actually, this is a third down and 13.
Yeah, after the false start penalty on the Challengers.
Farmer dropping back, completes the pass. On the reception, Bryson Walker. Walker will get it up to about the 31-yard line, where it'll bring up fourth down. Taylor there with the stop. It'll bring up fourth down. But I'm thinking probably for the Challengers, they're thinking this 4-down territory.
Yeah, they're going for it right here.
Farmer with trips to the right.
And we got now we got North Valley offsides penalty, which will help the Challengers. Won't be quite a first down, but it'll be 4th now and 1 for the Challengers. Much easier for them to pick up at this point.
Well, it certainly opens up your playbook. But I don't think there's much mystery as to what the Challengers will do here, at least in terms of going to the running game. Fourth down run.
Needed 1, got 2, and the first down.
So the Challengers on the move as the rain starts to come down. Challengers, first possession of the first quarter. And so much for no rain on the forecast.
So much for it.
10 minutes to go in the first. Farmer dropping back. And he's dropped, and the fumble on the play. The Knights recover. Carson Smith, he had grand designs for how he wanted this night to turn out. And he does his part to get the ball back for North Valley.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Farmer, he's got to secure that football. He can't let that happen. He's deep in their territory with, on a first down play, and just gets loose with the football and drops it on the turf. And luckily for the Knights, unfortunately for the Challengers, they end up with the football.
1st and 10 for North Valley. And Eckernef on the carry. Let's go ahead and get the rest of that offensive lineup for the Knights. On their offensive line, you've got Jason Fisher, Ryan Gaskin, Malachi Lowe, Tanner Core, and Landon Montgomery. Pickup of 6 on the prior play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Again, motion to the left side. Hand the ball off. And on the carry, John Erkenef. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Now, let's get you the Challenger defense. Up front, you got Sam Seiss, Cole Breitler, Zach Cook. Then you have Michael Covey, Caleb Parker, Wyatt Hurley, and Derek Farmer, the linebackers. Secondary, Walker, Beamish, Sickler, and Richardson. And John Erkenef on the carry, picks up a 1st down.
First
for
down,
the Knights.
First down for the Knights, and doing a good job so far of running the football. We talked about the keys to the game for North Valley. It's to be able to run the football against the Challengers defense, and for Cascade Christian on offense is to be able to throw the football. And so far the Knights being able to run it a little bit at least. That time a good job by the interior line of putting them on the ground.
See down on the bottom of that pile for the Challengers, linebacker Wyatt Hurley. Pickup of 2 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 8. .746 to go in the first. Little pitch play out to Erkenef. Erkenef gets to the edge, gets to the outside, picks up 1st down yardage and more as he crosses the 25.
And that time the Challengers not keeping the edge and forcing Erkenef back inside, give up the edge. And once you get around the corner, you're going to pick up some big yards. Another 1st down for the Knights, a 12-yard gain. And the Knights doing what they want so far offensively against the Challengers. And, if you've watched the games that the Challengers have struggled in, it's been teams that can push them around and run the football. And we've seen a little bit of that so far here in the first quarter.
Erkenef, the main man so far on the drive for the Knights. This go around, they switch it up a little bit in the playbook. And effective, really get maybe about a yard out of the play, and that's all.
That's Bauer for the Knights that time. Different running back, first carry for him, and I really lost about a yard on that one. Good job by the interior of that Challengers defense.
Second and 11, 6:58 to go in the first. Now they'll go ahead and take it to the outside. Hayden Taylor, some quickness there out to the edge.
Another 14-yard gain at the edge. And the Challengers, again, lose the edge that time. And we talked about that earlier. You saw it on the right side, this time to the left. And a big 14-yard gain and another Knight 1st down.
Ball down just right at the 10-yard line. Knights in the red zone. Crowd up the backfield there. McGregor.
Ball's on the ground again, and the Challengers get it back.
And another fumble, so we've had 3 drives so far in the game, 3 fumbles. Now 2 by the Knights, 1 by the Challengers.
And a nice drive by the Knights, really doing a good job of pushing that ball down the field, and all of a sudden it looked like it was not a clean mesh point between the running back and the quarterback. Ball falls on the turf, and the Challengers catch a break right here as the Knights about to go in the end zone, and they get the football back.
Challengers on a 4-receiver set, 2 to each side. They'll go ahead and try to hand it to Bryson Walker. Walker, the leading rusher on the Challengers on the season. And the defense for North Valley closes the hole on him.
Yeah, no gain on the play by Walker. And I think if you're going to get Walker the football, you need to get it to him out in space. The Knights seem to be pretty good in the middle of the field. I think you want to get him on the edge and see if you can get the football to the different guys for the Challengers. And, again, a false start on Cascade Christian.
It's almost like, Mark, they've taken a week off and they've kind of regressed a little bit, at least early on.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes throughout the game, but I agree with you. It's and sometimes you see that happen to teams right off the bat here after they've had that week off. And the Challengers now offensively don't seem to have any kind of rhythm. Haven't run a lot of plays yet. That's still only their 5th play. So we'll see if they can get it together here.
Bryson Walker joins Farmer in the backfield. Little option play. Walker escapes the would-be tackler, slips through the grasp of Ryan Gaskin, and ends up picking about 5 yards up.
Yeah, he got about 5 yards on that one. All tough yards, too, but sets up the Challengers now 3rd and 10.
Well, this Knight defense so far has come out as advertised. That they are every bit the team that's only given up an average of 8 points a game.
And the Challengers take a timeout.
Timeout called on the field. We will break away, and we'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
It's time to fall into savings at Medford Mattress, downtown Medford. If you want the lowest prices of the year on all in-stock Beauty Rest Serta and more, now's your chance. Memory foam queen starting at just $3.99. With adjustable base, only $9.99.
Come in and compare our prices. You'll be glad you did.
Time to fall into savings. Only at Medford Mattress, downtown Medford.
Where quality is still not costly.
Discover luxurious Karastan flooring at Lippert's Carpet One. The flooring you need to live beautifully. With the National Karastan Month Savings with Style event, experience the luxury of Karastan and capture the lowest prices of the year. With savings up to $1,000 back on beautiful flooring and pay no interest for 18 full months during National Karastan Month, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
Back to action for the Challengers. And we have a penalty flag.
Another false start against Cascade. Boy, oh boy, they got to get this together.
And just got this update. Roseburg has taken a 6-0 lead on Eagle Point in their matchup tonight. Scoreless game here.
Nothing but fumbles. We have 3 fumbles so far, no points.
And they'll go ahead and hand off to Walker. Walker gets to the outside.
And it looks like we've got no yards on the gain for the Challengers. And so far, not a lot of creativity either in the offense.
No, just everything is just feels completely out of sorts if you're the Challengers.
And now the Challengers going to punt the football, see if they can get a good one away.
Alex Fianaka, the rugby-style kick. It is high, and it is short. Looks like it went out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
It didn't go out of bounds. It just
kind of died
at the 22. So a 10-yard punt, or maybe 15 at the most. So the Challengers backed up against their own goal line again.
So out come McGregor and the Knights. Had a promising drive that ended in a fumble on their most recent series. So they have shown a capacity for being able to move the football against Cascade.
And basically staying in a tight run formation.
And on first down, John Urkaneff there with the carry.
Let's see what the flag is. I'm guessing it's a hold based on the way that they're looking here, or maybe just a legal motion or something. Let's see what they got. Legal formation.
So that'll bring up a first down and 15. Slide the ball back to the 27-yard line.
And the one thing you see North Valley doing is they're coming quickly out of the huddle and going right to the ball to snap it. So the Challenger defense needs to get prepared for that.
Man in motion with the carry there. Hayden Taylor on that fly sweep, kind of showing us a little run reminiscent of Caleb Scaglione, who is not in the lineup this evening.
Well, in that time, though, the Challengers did a much better job of holding the edge and not letting North Valley take advantage of the edge on that play. So much better by the Challenger defense that time. Only a 3-yard gain instead of the 12 and 14-yard gains that they got on that fly sweep earlier here in the contest.
So that'll bring up a second down and 12. Ball at the 25-yard line. McGregor going to try to throw it. And
incomplete.
That'll fall incomplete to bring up a third down and 12. If I'm not mistaken, Mark, that is the first pass attempt for McGregor in the game.
Yes, it is.
Another game of local interest. See that South Medford has taken the early lead in their contest this evening. So we got 3:42 to go in the first. And a
sort of a defensive battle so far, though.
Yes, yes.
Although the defense is causing some fumbles.
Coming into the North Valley lineup, Eric Miller. Miller listed as a quarterback on the Knights roster.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if he came in. It looks like he's going to...
He's a receiver as well, I believe. So I think you're seeing him out of receiver most of the time.
Third down and 12. And rolling left is McGregor. McGregor looking in the direction of John Urkaneff. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, and there's a flag on the play, and I think it's a hold. And I think that the Challengers will decline it to bring up 4th and 12.
Holding on the offense.
Now, one thing this makes me think of, I do know that in Carson Smith that the Knights have a reliable kicker, but I would probably think, given the windy conditions tonight, just the sheer distance, that they'll be looking to go for it on fourth.
It looks like they're bringing in the kick team, though.
Well,
a bunch of guys coming off the field, and yes, they are. They're bringing in Carson to see if he can kick one from, looks like it's going to be about 42 yards.
Well, and from what I've seen of him, he's got the leg for it.
So it's a 42-yard attempt. He's got the wind with him slightly here. It's more of a crosswind, really, than it is, but it looks like it's slightly with him based on the flag. A little bit more across the field than exactly behind him. But we'll see what he does here from 42. Blocked.
And the kick blocked by the Challengers. See there into the Knight backfield is Bryson Walker. So the Knights turn it over, and it remains a scoreless game. The Challengers at their own 25, and with the troubles that they've had so far, I think probably if you're the Knights, you don't feel too badly about letting your defense go to work here and hold them.
Well, I think this whole season the Knights haven't felt too bad about their defense.
No.
From what you said earlier, averaging just giving up 8 points a game.
Split out wide to the right is Jacob Beamish. They're going to go ahead and run to the left side. Challengers pick up first down yardage and more.
Walker gets about 15 on the carry.
Well, that'll wipe out a lot of problems in a hurry.
Well, and then finally the Challengers with a first down, their first one of the game.
And what you talked about, Mark, at his size and with this North Valley defense, you get a feeling that tonight's going to be one of those nights that what he gains is going to be achieved in space.
Well, and to me, if you ask me, I like getting him on the edge like they did there, but I also like throwing the football out to some of these other guys in space like we're doing right here.
And the pass complete to Caleb Parker. North Valley defense right there.
Ball's a little bit slow getting out to Parker. He's waiting for it out there, and that's the trouble with that particular play. You got to get the ball out there quickly and give Parker a chance. And unfortunately, that time, ball a little bit late getting out to him, and thus the loss of a yard on that swing pass.
So 2nd and 11.
Still 0-0 here with 2:45 to go, clock running in the first quarter.
Farmer out of the shotgun. And they'll go ahead and hand to Walker. Walker eludes one tackler. He gets away, and he takes it toward the Challenger sideline out near midfield, and we have a flag in late.
And we've got a flag on the edge, which I think they're going to call an illegal block, which is a terrible call if they do call it, because I was watching out there directly myself, and he blocked above the waist, and it was not a crackback block. And if that is called, that is terrible. So that's all I'll say about that. I think the second flag is a late hit on North Valley, which should be enforced and is a foul. So we'll see how this plays out. But I was watching the block at the line of scrimmage very carefully, and it was not an illegal block, is all I can tell you.
All right, we'll wait to hear from the official. And again, he's mic'd up tonight, so.
Yep, see, that's a terrible call.
Personal foul, late hit on the defense. 15 yards for the offensive foul, 15 yards for the defense. Replay, 2nd down.
All right, so we're back where we started.
Yeah, 15 yards because the late hit is a dead ball foul. It's also enforced. Again, terrible, absolutely terrible call in my opinion. I don't know how you play football anymore. If you stand there and the guy runs into you, and you don't initiate the contact, you're just I don't get that call.
Yeah.
That's a terrible call. And so now because of that, instead of 15 yards for the Challengers and a first down, we're back where we started at 2nd down and 11 for Cascade Christian.
Yep, that was a tough one. I mean, this whole thing looks different if you take that out of the mix. 2:31 left to go in the first. Still a scoreless game, and with the penalty against Cascade and the penalty against North Valley, it'll be back to where we started at a 2nd and 11. Pair of receivers to the right. Farmer rolling out, looking downfield. A little bit of trouble there, and then he just elects to throw it away. Thrown in the general direction of Caleb Parker to bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Well, and Farmer seems a little out of sync, and I think some of that has to do with not having his number 1 receiver out there, obviously, as Freilich not available in this one. And he just throws that one away. And I think he had a couple of targets I saw open earlier as he was scrambling out to the right or rolling out to the right, and he just didn't pull the trigger for some reason.
Trip receivers over to the right side of the field. And with the carry, it's Bryson Walker. Walker will pick up first down yardage as he works his way into Knight territory.
And actually, that was Farmer, and Farmer fumbled the football, and the Knights are going to get it. So he faked that one.
So that'll be North Valley football.
So now each team with 2 fumbles, turnovers to the other team. And at least this time it's not inside the Challenger 20 as the last one was. And so North Valley gets the football back on another Cascade Christian turnover.
Well, with all the turnovers, it kind of feels like Friday Night Football brought to you by Sarah Lee.
Yeah, well, we've had a little bit of rain.
It makes for a slick ball.
Slick ball maybe, but it doesn't really give them too much of an excuse, I don't think. But the ball has been on the turf more than it's been in the air so far.
And here on first down, we see Cole Breitler, Grady Sickler, a whole host of challengers. Wyatt Hurley moving in, and a loss of yardage on the play. That'll bring up a second down and long.
Yeah, 55 seconds clock running here to go in the first quarter, 0-0. And I think the Challenger defense starting to figure out that little fly sweep action play that the Knights are running and doing much better job against it after it was a couple of easy first downs for the Knights earlier in the quarter. Defense adjusting well.
Well, you've talked about it before. So much of this is just simply discipline.
Staying home.
Second and 11, and then finding some room, tripped up a little bit, slowed down just enough to where Walker and Fianaka can finish off the tackle. They'll pick up some yards on the play. This will go down to about the 46-yard line.
And Caleb Parker was the one doing the slowing up there, so a nice job by him that time.
Caleb been one of those rising stars defensively for the Challengers. Inside a minute to go, 3rd down and 6. North Valley in Challenger territory. They'll go ahead and give to Hayden Taylor, but Taylor just simply runs out of room.
So he got about a yard. I never understand why you run a pitch play to the short side of the field. The Knights try that there, and that's usually a disaster, and that's exactly what it was.
Simply it seems like a matter of
real estate.
Mathematics, real estate. Location. There ain't much on that side. So
4th down now for the Knights, and appears they're going to punt the football. We will see.
Yeah. Never assume anything against this Knight team. Coach DeForest, very creative. And it will be kicked away and works its way down, and it'll take a roll into the end zone. Well played there by Bryson Walker, because you know that temptation to pick it up and fly, and in that case it's just like, let it go.
You get it at the 20.
Yep.
And that's a good job by the Challengers to get the ball at the 20 and not end up deep in their own territory. So good decision by Bryson Walker. Challengers get the football back, and so far the defensive battle continues. And the fumbling is continued. Each team so far on each possession has, been a couple of exceptions, but they have 2 fumbles so far for each team.
Challengers coming into the game, +3 in the giveaway-takeaway department. And there with the football, Bryson Walker tries to shake and bake a little bit, and he is brought down. There with the stop is Malachi Lowe. And that will end the first quarter of play. No score after 1. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Hi guys, my name is Mason Mahaffey. I'm the Solar Pros Manager of Oregon, and I'm also a teacher and a coach here in the Rogue Valley. Have you looked into solar panels and it didn't make financial sense? I brought Solar Pros here to Oregon to make it more affordable for working class families to put solar on their home. Solar Pros is purposely beating our competitors' prices by thousands of dollars because we are that serious about saving you money. Solar Pros PNW provides the most comfortable, educational, and personal solar experience in Oregon. Visit our Facebook page at Solar Pros PNW to see all of our projects and all the families that we're.
Yep. Welcome back to the second quarter of play. And a scoreless ball game. Fumbles on both sides of the football this evening. Rain has played a little bit of havoc on it, and it's just, we've had some wind here this evening. Fortunately, that has died down. Senior night, and you know North Valley here trying to play for a league title, that they're fired up and ready to go. Motion going into the slot to the left side is Briley Richardson, third leading receiver on the Challengers. Derek Farmer out of the shotgun, and he's under pressure. And Boothner there with the sack.
I don't know what he's doing there. They had the screen set up, and he didn't throw the football. He just hung on to the ball. And that's what I think he's getting talked about, too, right now. It's like you know what the play is. The screen is set up. Throw the football. And unfortunately, Farmer hung on to it too long and takes a huge sack. About an 8-yard sack on that play. The Challengers in the first quarter, 24 yards on the ground, 8 yards in the air, 32 yards of offense. Not a lot. And the Knights not a whole lot better. They had 49 yards on the ground, and no passing yards in that first quarter. So both teams kind of struggling offensively. Defense is looking pretty good, and the Challengers now with a 3rd down and 18 here from their own 12. So they need to figure something out, because so far the offense has looked very ineffective.
Shaky.
Yes, shaky's a good word.
Out of the shotgun, Farmer. Receiver split out left is Briley Richardson, 3rd and 17 from the 12. Derek Farmer going to go ahead and take off and run with it. And one thing he is very fleet of foot, and he'll get it out to about the 20-yard line. So he gets some of it back, but that'll bring up a 4th down and 11 after the pickup of 6. This, a spot on the field where you will see the Challengers punt it away. And for Fianaka, his first attempt didn't go so well. Fortunately, the Challengers dodged a bullet there. Weaving through traffic, Fianaka gets the kick away. And it is fair caught at the 45-yard line.
I think that's Taylor, isn't it, on the fair catch?
Yes, Hayden Taylor, Jr., and we've seen some of his foot speed on display this evening.
Yeah, he's ran a few of those fly sweeps for the Knights.
Yeah, kind of that Caleb Scaglione, Luke Wilson type of player.
Yeah, exactly. And North Valley now with their first possession in the second quarter. 11:09 to go, still scoreless.
On first down. And John Erkeneff, he's the guy that'll pick up the tough yards for you.
Yeah, nice job that time, though, by the Challengers. Specifically, that was Michael Covey on the play for the Challengers. It's so dark up here, we're having a little trouble reading our own programs, but Covey did a great job of coming up from his linebacker spot and stopping Erkenau on the edge that time.
2nd and 10, 45-yard line, and they'll go ahead and hand to their Bootner. And he'll pick up about a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd. And dare we say, a long 9.
Yeah, and that time the Challenger defense, specifically Bryson Walker, came up from his safety spot that time on the edge and made a nice stop for the Cascade Christian. And you're seeing some of those safeties getting a little more involved in the run game. But here on 3rd and 9, they better be careful because the Knights are likely to throw it.
And right now McGregor looking for a man. And did he make the catch?
No, ball hit the turf, and it's called incomplete, so it's going to be 4th down now and 9. And I'm assuming the Knights will punt the football and try to pin the Challengers deep in their own territory. And it looks like the punt team is coming out.
Gamesmanship there by Taylor. He tried to sell the catch there.
He certainly did.
And now Carson Smith will come in to kick it away. Scoreless game with 9:46 left to go in the first half. Figured this would be a defensive battle. I'm not sure that any of us anticipated it to be quite like this. And a whistle. Stop play. Well, while they sort that out, check out the new sports voice in Southern Oregon, the Ace Sports Radio, AM 1300, 107.9 FM, and streaming live at theacesportsradio.com, featuring 5 live NFL games a week, the Ace Sports Radio.
And we're going to have a false start called, I think, on North Valley's going to back them up 5.
False start.
Yep.
On the offense. 5 yards. Remains 4th down.
So what was a 4th and 9 will be a 4th and 14, and I guess if you're kicking it away, it's probably not the most consequential patch of real estate you'll give up.
And there's some discussion going on with the North Valley coach at the moment.
And whatever that conversation may have been, I don't know if it's anything more than,
I think, an explanation, it looked like.
okay, a white hat working his way back to his position.
Yep, exactly.
4th and 14 for the Knights. Smith getting ready to kick it away. Snap just a little bit high, but Smith gets away a good kick. And there to take it is Bryson Walker. Walker scampers up the sideline. He keeps his feet. He's to the 40, about down to the 35. And the Challengers get excellent field position with 9:33 to go in the half.
Yep, looks like about a 35-yard punt return by Walker. He's so dangerous when he gets the football in open space, and a nice job by him of giving the Challengers some good field position, which they haven't had for a while in this one.
Well, kind of like those greased pig competitions at the county fairs.
Well, he's
slippery.
He's so strong and so quick. It's really hard to pin him down in the open space.
Challengers with 2 receivers to the left and taking off and running with it
is Farmer, and he looks like he has the ball a lot more secure after those couple of fumbles he's had. And that was nice ball security as he gets about 7 yards on the carry.
So good work there by Farmer. That's one of the things I would have to say, the Challengers have had lots of athletic quarterbacks, and Farmer, if he's not at the head of the class, he's close to it in terms of his foot speed, athleticism. Here he's going to go ahead and take off and run with it again. Who says you can have too much of a good thing? He powers up the middle to get the Challengers a first down.
Yeah, nice job by Farmer picking up a first down, and the Challengers moving the football a little bit here.
Coming into the Challenger lineup will be Grady Sickler. He's going to check in as a quarterback. Richardson's coming out, and now Farmer will split out wide. Haven't seen a lot of this kid, but knowing what he can do out on the baseball diamond and what he did at the JV level last year, we know this kid's got a gun.
He can definitely throw the ball. There's no doubt about that.
And Sickler going to drop back, looking long, looking for Farmer. Farmer runs onto it. He picks it up.
And it's a touchdown.
A touchdown, Challengers.
From 27 yards out, nice throw by Sickler. And that's a touchdown right there to the quarterback.
Well, let's go ahead and show that to you. QB to QB. Sickler will drop back on that. And he gets some air under it. And Farmer has his man beat. And the Challengers score.
And the Challengers are on the board just like that. Very interesting.
Yes.
So a nice job by Sickler coming in and making a beautiful throw to Farmer. And the Challengers going to go for 2 here.
And the Challengers, 2-point conversion successful. And with 8:12 left to go in the first half of play, the Challengers break out on top. They lead the game 8-0. We'll be back following these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes. Can't you see out there? So, which one's your kid?
The referee.
You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your role.
Maybe they'll go to a little bit of a rotation. We'll see. He's done that before.
Challengers getting ready to kick it away. Fianaka there. And he can get some leg behind that ball.
Unfortunately, this one goes out of bounds.
He's had kind of a rough night tonight in some respects. You can't wonder if maybe the ball isn't being uncooperative. Fall Sports Action is brought to you by our title sponsor, Lithia Jeep Dodge Chrysler, where you can find great deals on the lot or at lithiasuperstore.com. And our presenting sponsor, Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, now with 9 locations nearby to serve you. And while I was doing that, taking care of the housekeeping, do we have a penalty on the play?
Well, the penalty is for the kickoff out of bounds. And
okay, which, to be,
isn't really a penalty. It's just the referee explaining that the ball is placed at the 35, and it'll be first down Knights when you kick the ball out of bounds. It is technically a penalty, but it's not a yardage penalty. It's just they get the ball at the 35.
So here we go, and I tell you what, they must really put some practice into getting that down pat. On first down, and it is Hayden Taylor going to try the middle of the field. He'll pick up a couple of yards on the play, give him about 4 on it to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Challengers doing a much better job of stopping that run game of North Valley here toward the end of the first quarter and into the second quarter now. 7:45 to go in the second quarter. Challengers lead 8-0.
And North Valley, Challengers think they have the ball.
Football.
And a takeaway for Cascade.
So another fumble for...
What is that, 3 now for North Valley?
3 for North Valley, and that one looked like Covey just took the ball out of his hands. Just grabbed it out of his hands and got knocked down with the football.
Well, I'll tell you what, this kid's been an impact player from the word go since his first start at Henley. 1st and 10 for the Challengers at the 36-yard line of North Valley. In motion, in tight on the slot is Parker. That'll give us trips to the right for receivers. Now Farmer looking far downfield, has the open man, and the catch is made. And I believe that was Bryson Walker.
It is Bryson Walker, all the way down to the 10-yard line.
So the Challengers, they kind of work on getting our camera situated, having to fight the rain this evening and try to get a better viewpoint of things.
So 30 yards on the reception to Walker, and the Challengers now in the red zone.
So Farmer showing his passing talents there. And now he's going to go ahead and put his feet to work. And he'll pick up a couple of yards on the play.
Yeah, just got a couple down to about the 8. 2nd and goal now for the Challengers. 7:08 clock running to go. Challengers lead 8-0. That's in the second quarter.
Single setback along with Farmer. Trips out to the right. Hand to Walker. Walker will cross the 5-yard line before he runs into traffic. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal for the Challengers. Well, I got some interesting decisions to make here. Obviously, not a whole lot of distance left to go.
Well, and you're certainly in field goal range if you don't get in and you wanted to kick one.
And here, trying to take it to the outside, but having none of it is Ryan Gaskin.
Yeah, Gaskin, probably the best defensive player on that team, and he comes from nowhere and knocks Farmer down for about a 3-yard loss.
So here, an interesting decision to be made for the challengers to go for it with the ball at the 6-yard line, or do you give Alex Fianacca the opportunity to go for 3?
It looks like they're going to go for it. I don't know if I agree with this, but here we go.
Yeah, I'm kind of lining up with you on that. I want to see Fianacca because they're going to need it sooner or later. But now a timeout called, so maybe they'll revisit this decision. And we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds on TableRockSports.net.
So what do you do when a loved one has been wrongfully injured or killed? It's simple. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download the Try Us app.
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my... Yep, it's working.
Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app for a free 30-day trial.
Visit U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, Southern Oregon's exclusive authorized agent for U.S. Cellular, now serving Roseburg and Klamath Falls. See SOUScellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to LetUsFightForYou.com. That's it. LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
4th and goal for the challengers.
Sorry, Jim.
They're going to go for it. And they're going to throw it over the middle.
Briley Richardson.
Briley Richardson with the touchdown. Cascade Christian taking the 14-0 lead.
That was a nice throw that time by Farmer, a confident throw. And Briley Richardson on just a little slant pattern over the middle, and the ball thrown perfectly on time for the touchdown.
Show you the play there. Farmer with the play action fake, and then right there in the middle of traffic, look who snuck through, senior Briley Richardson.
7-yard touchdown play for the challengers, and it looks like they are going to go for 2. Maybe they don't have a lot of confidence in their kicking ability these days.
Farmer. And he's going to go ahead, a little jump throw. And I believe that's Parker over there with it.
Yep, it is.
Caleb Parker with the reception. 2-point conversion good. And 5:36 left to go in the first quarter of play. Before or after the game is a great time to visit Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite beverage. Dutch Bros gives back to the communities they serve in support of kids and local efforts to help others. Dutch Bros. Today's game is also brought to you by Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill in Grants Pass on the banks of the Rogue River. And also the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign promoting respectful behavior at youth sporting events. Wild night here up at North Valley High School. Little bit of wind, little bit of rain. Some turnovers in the game, 5 between the two teams. And Cascade Christian with a pair of touchdown passes from a pair of different quarterbacks. One of the receivers being one of those quarterbacks. Grady Sickler on in relief. First pass of the night. Connects with Derek Farmer for a touchdown. And then it was Derek Farmer to Briley Richardson on a well-executed play to give the challengers a 16-0 lead. But don't you dare go away because there's a lot of football left to be played, and North Valley has shown us little bits and pieces of what they're capable of. 5:36 left to go in the half. Fianacca lays into this one. This one, true to the mark. And it is fielded in the end zone.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with Fianaka's leg, does it?
No, it doesn't.
He got all of that one. And thankfully the rain has stopped here. At least it appears to have stopped for the night, I hope. And the Challengers playing much better here in the second quarter, getting that offense rolling a little bit. 5:35 now to go in the first half. And the Challengers lead 16-0. And that was a very nice drive that time for the Challengers. And starting to look like a better oiled machine, a more well-oiled machine, maybe I should say. They're in the second quarter, especially here, as they've got these 2 touchdowns.
Definitely, they've got momentum on their side. 1st and 10 for the Knights. And the pass complete. And I believe that is the first completion of the night.
It is the first completion of the night for the Knights. 8-yard gain. Puts them in 2nd and short.
Well, and you always have to like that, and I think that's why it just, for so many teams, the idea of throwing on 1st down, a high percentage pass, it sets you up 2nd down where you can pretty much just about do anything you want. Moving out, wider to the right, is Wyatt Bell.
Taylor on the run.
Taylor gets it up to about just outside the 40-yard line at the 39. And the Knights move the sticks, bringing the hometown faithful back to life. 1st and 10 with 4:44 left to go in the half. Knights at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice job that time of running Taylor with the football. Very quick and shifty in the backfield.
Well, he's just like a very good complement to Erkeneff. McGregor going to roll out to the right. Some pressure coming on there. And the pass thrown incomplete.
Good pressure that time by Farmer. Right on top of the quarterback as he threw that one, and I think altered the pass just a little bit. He tried to hit Taylor on a crossing route, but pressure by Farmer really affected that throw.
Well, I tell you, Farmer's probably, well, how does that feel? You know, him being McGregor's opposite for the Challengers.
2nd and 10 now for the Knights. And that's what a pass does if you don't complete it, obviously. It puts you in 2nd and long.
Motion by North Valley, and again, I tell you what, that takes practice to do what they do. And they obviously do it pretty effectively.
And there's Erkeneff picking up about 7. And sometimes if you are able to run the football with somebody like that, you can get yourself out of 2nd and long and into 3rd and short. 72 yards on the ground so far unofficially for the Knights. Challengers with just 39 yards rushing so far. Been a pretty defensive battle, and we've had 5 fumbles in the game, which is sort of unusual. And so far, the Challengers have been able to at least put the ball in the end zone a couple of times.
McGregor, he gets a chance to show us what he can do, and that offensive line helping him out there. Little assist and a fresh set of downs for North Valley as they move into Challenger territory.
North Valley's 5th first down of the game. Challengers just have 3 so far.
3:20 with the clock running in the half. Dropping back, McGregor looking out in the right flat. Carson Smith, North Valley tight end with the reception.
Picks up about 8. Oh, no, 10. They're giving him a first down. Sort of surprises me there.
Well, they got the ball spotted at about the 37-yard line. And on first down, Erkeneff runs into a crowd. Part of that crowd, Cole Breitler.
Right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Sickler also in there. Coming in from the sideline, Bell is in the ball game. And that's one thing that out of his roster, Coach DeForest getting use out of a wide variety of players on his team. Second down and 10. And there, running down the sideline, is Taylor. Taylor, little razzle-dazzle by the Knights, and he'll pick up first down yardage.
Yeah, a little reverse play to Taylor for 20 yards. And they certainly know how to use his speed.
Well, that again, one of the things that's impressive to me is the execution of this North Valley team. The reverse kind of tends to be one of those high-risk, high-reward type of plays, but that executed very well. On first down, McGregor looking downfield, in and out of the hands of his intended target. Max Friedman, the sophomore.
A minute 54 here to go in the second quarter. Challengers lead 16-0.
Of course, nothing would do the Knights better than to
get some points on the board here.
Yep. Under center, McGregor. And the hand to Erkeneff.
Fianaka that time with a great play from his defensive end spot. Holding, that was a little inside reverse, inside counter that time, and Fianaka right there to just stop him for a couple of yards.
So that'll bring up a third down and 7 for the Knights. Ball at the 15-yard line, so they're just within striking distance. Play action, throw out toward the left, and trying to make the reception. Carson Smith, pass incomplete.
He had a touchdown, and he had unfortunately threw the ball on the wrong side of Carson Smith because of the pressure. Carson Smith had to turn all the way around and try to get the ball, and he just couldn't hang on. But he was open in the end. He would have walked into the end zone for a touchdown. Knights going to call their timeout with 1:12 here to go in the second quarter.
So with the Knights calling a timeout, we will take a timeout, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Fourth down and 8. Knights at the 15 of Cascade Christian. 1:12 left to go in the half. Knights would like to get on the board here. McGregor dropping back. Little pump fake there. Looking out to the right. And the challengers make a stand. So Cascade Christian will get it back with 1:03 left to go.
And a nice job by the challengers of defensively holding the Knights out of the end zone. It really feels like a big play in this game when it's only 16-0 going
right.
in the second quarter here. So if you're the challengers, you got about a minute 3 left on the clock here. I think I'd be pretty conservative with this 16-0 lead. You really don't want to give the Knights anything, and so expect to see a couple of rushing plays here and maybe go into the half and see what we can do in the second. Let's see how the Challengers play it.
Yeah, that would be no surprise to me. Farmer dropping back, however, looking to throw. A little swing pass out to Bryson Walker. Walker doesn't get very far at all.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Ryan Haskins out there.
I tell you what, he has been a playmaker tonight for North Valley.
He certainly has. Walker only picking up about a yard on that play.
So you got the big guy running down the little guy. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Ball at the 16 with 31 seconds and counting to go. Pass complete. Looked like, I believe that's Jacob Beamish out there.
It is.
One of those freshmen. What did Dick Vitale call them? The diaper dandies?
Yep.
And Beamish, another one of those young fellas making plays for Cascade Christian. You kind of had a feeling that those guys wouldn't be down on the farm, so to speak, for very long.
No, it's a big freshman class, and there's some very athletic dudes in there.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Challengers are out there on the 27. 26 seconds left. Trip receivers out to the left. Farmer claps his hands together, and a little bit of problem with the snap, but he recovers. And now he's just going to throw this one away. North Valley all over that one with the pressure. And I think this is where, Mark, that maybe people have a little bit of a shaky grasp of what intentional grounding is.
Well, and you did see Bryson Walker was out there doing a good job of waving his arms around and acting like he was the one he was throwing to. So I think the Challengers might have got a little bit away with one there. But he was in the neighborhood, and when I use the term neighborhood, I use it very loosely.
That's kind of like those double plays in baseball, second baseman. Well, he was in the neighborhood of the bag.
There you go.
2nd and 10. And Bryson Walker, fleet of foot. He's close to a first down, it looks like.
Like they're going to mark him about a yard short. Oh, they are going to give him a first down.
And the horn sounds, and that will end the first half of play. It has been some kind of half for the Challengers and the Knights. We have seen just about a little bit of everything. We invite you to stick around. Coming up, we will have the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime show. Visit playmedford.com to find the latest fall activity guide. Sports leagues, classes, field trips, and special events await you. Visit playmedford.com and click on the Program Guide tab to learn more. We'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Come enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
You know what? They've got that band going out there. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we see that the North Valley Marching Band is performing this evening. And I think we're going to go ahead and give you a little bit of that show while Mark works on the halftime stats.
Rapley. The final number tonight is This Is Me, arranged by J. Bob Cox. featuring soloist Angel Anthony. Your drum majors for this year are Chloe Davison and Lily Ann Klum. Drum majors, is your band ready? North Valley Marching Band, you may now begin your performance. This is the pride of the Knights, your North Valley High School Marching Band.
It's kind of simple. We're not rocket scientists. We just make great pizza. When you're ready for traditional values, time with your family, and a great meal, you're invited to Abby's. Order at abbys.com. Our family is here for your family. It's fall. Want a great value that doesn't involve pumpkin spice? Try Abby's Barbecue Chicken Pizza. Save and enjoy a pizza with loads of quality toppings to the edge. Your taste buds and your wallet will thank you. Enjoy Abby's October Special at a very special price.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
We don't typically cut anybody in basketball. I mean, sometimes we have to, but it's not. It's upper class.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $15 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $15 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
And when he gets on fire, it's something to watch.
Yep.
Well, and he hits the ball so hard, like 112, 114 miles an hour off the bat.
Wow.
Well,
welcome back to North Valley High School. We're at the break discussing, well, I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, but we've been talking a little bit of World Series, and they've had a dramatic game tonight. We've had a fun game to cover over here. Our halftime report is brought to you by Medford Parks and Recreation. Did you know that the city of Medford is the largest provider of community recreation classes, programs, and sports leagues in Southern Oregon? The fall program guide is out. Find out about all the recreation and learning opportunities at playmedford.com. So let's go ahead and get to some highlights. Defensive struggle in the first half, featuring a lot of turnovers. But the Challengers finally cracked the code with about 8:12 to go in the first half when Coach Getman brings Grady Sickler off the bench. Here on the play, he'll move out Derek Farmer to a receiver position. Sickler throws a nice long pass picked up by Farmer. He scores, and the two-point conversion is good to make it an 8-0 ball game. And I can't underscore enough, just to come off the bench cold like that and uncork a long bomb and score something else. Then with 5:36 to go, Derek Farmer says, I haven't forgotten how to throw a football. And here he will take the snap, finds senior Briley Richardson, and he'll score the two-point pass conversion good to make it a 16-0 ball game. So that's a look at the highlights. And, Mark, you've got the halftime stats.
I do. So far for, first of all, for North Valley in the first half, they had 7 first downs in that first half. Ran the ball 20 times for 100 yards, so about 5 yards a carry for the Knights. A pretty good average for rushing yardage in that first half. Passing the football for the Knights, McGregor was just 2 for 8 for 18 yards. So the Challengers obviously defensively trying to make North Valley throw the football, and so far they haven't been able to do it very successfully, and that's been the difference in this one so far. So 20 yards in returns for North Valley on kickoffs. Total offense for the Knights of 138 yards in the first half. Penalties for North Valley, 4 penalties for 30 yards in the first half. They also had 3 fumbles in that first half that were recovered by the Challengers. So a lot of yards for North Valley, but not a lot of points to show for it. They also had a turnover on downs right at the end of the first half where the Challengers stopped them on defense, and they had a field goal blocked as well. So they've definitely had their chances to score points in that first half. For the Challengers in the first half, they have only 6 first downs. And then rushing yards for the Challengers, 15 carries for just 49 yards, so a little bit more than 3 yards a carry for Cascade Christian compared to that 5 yard a carry for the North Valley Knights. Passing in the first half, Derek Farmer and Grady Stickler. Grady Stickler 1 for 1 for 27 yards and a touchdown, and the rest of the 7 for 10 that the Cascade Christian Challengers had in that first half for 83 yards. Derek Farmer throwing the football with it. He has a touchdown as well, as Jim had mentioned. Return yards for the Challengers, 35. Total offense for Cascade Christian, 167 yards. And penalties, the Challengers 4 penalties as well for 30 yards. And Cascade Christian also with 2 fumbles and lost in that first half as well. So the Challengers with 2 turnovers, the Knights with really 5 turnovers when you count the 3 fumbles, the turnover on downs, and the blocked field goal. Both teams struggled moving the football. The defenses have definitely been the show so far in the first half.
All right. For over 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon. Whether it's auto or residential glass, Bill's Glass covers the complete spectrum from your vehicle to any room in the house. We'll take a quick break and get ready for the start of the second half. You're watching the Challengers and Knights on TableRockSports.net.
Could you give me that summary back?
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your.
Southern Oregon has a new place to play. In Medford, the Rogue X Aquatics and Events Center. 2 pools, a splash pad, and plenty of gym and court space to accommodate your indoor sports. Learn more at RogueXMedford.com for daily information on open swim and gym hours and all the X has to offer. RogueXMedford.com. Getting ready for the start of the second half, and the Challengers will receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, the wind kind of died down now, Jim. It's really much pleasanter than it was when it was raining and blowing.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, and I'm thinking, I can remember we were talking about it earlier several years ago. I'm thinking we're probably going back to maybe like the 2010, 2011 season game up here, and a very windy game.
Yep.
And that was still back in the days of the Challengers and the double wing, so it didn't affect what little throwing they did too much. And then that was a game North Valley won when Riley Williams tried a field goal for the Challengers and wasn't able to connect as the wind kind of played a part in that. Carson Smith getting ready to kick it away.
I believe that's when the Knights were still in the 4A, correct?
I believe so, yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. Carson Smith kicking it away. And back deep will be Bryson Walker. He'll take it at his 3-yard line. And they kind of gather for a little huddle there and try a little trickery and
Bryson Walker should have kept the ball is what should have happened.
Yeah. And, yeah, that's one of those ideas. Well, it sounded good at the time.
Sounded good on paper, but in reality, not so good. And it looks like there's a flag as well. So if we got a hold on top of this, Challengers are going to start inside their 5-yard line.
Looked like they attempted to get that over for Covey. So they'll pick the flag up.
So it's still at the 6.
Yeah.
So
still not the place where you really want to be if you're Cascade.
Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah.
So the Challengers come out with one receiver behind the other on the left side. Farmer at quarterback. And he'll go ahead and take off and run with it. He'll get across the 10-yard line. Breaks up to the 15. Runs out of bounds at the 16.
And it's going to be a yard short of the first down. So a nice run. Some good blocking out there by the receivers for him.
So the Challengers in a 2nd and short. Out to the right side. Caleb Parker, Briley Richardson split out wide to the left. And Farmer on the keeper. Smith chasing him down. He'll go ahead and take it to the outside, and he'll get a first down yardage and more.
He gets about 5 yards on the carry.
So a fresh set of downs for the Challengers, leading in the ball game by a score of 16-0. Rogue Credit Union is proud to partner with Table Rock Sports and the Medford School District on the Touchdown Club again this fall, supporting communities, schools, and tools to meet your financial needs. Rogue Credit Union. Derek Farmer out of the gun. Quartet of receivers to the left, but taking off and running with it, picking up first down yardage and more, is Bryson Walker.
Yeah, and that time they spread the 4 receivers to one side, made the Knights come out and guard him, and then handed it to Mr. Walker up the middle, and some good leg drive, picking up some extra yards there.
Walker coming into tonight, 495 yards rushing on the season. The leading rusher for the Challengers, to no one's surprise, with all that foot speed. 11:29 left to go in the third quarter of play. Farmer looking left, completes the pass to Walker. Walker gets a nice pick there, and he'll cross the 45-yard line out to near midfield.
Yeah, another 15-yard gain on the little screen pass to Walker. And he picks up a nice gain, 15 yards and another Challenger first down. The offense looking better so far here in the third quarter, kind of getting better as the game's gone along.
Well, whatever was ailing Farmer at the outset of the game, he has shaken it off. There on first down. Penetration by the North Valley defense. Down there on the bottom of that pile for North Valley. Wasn't able to quite pick up that. I thought I saw 71, but obviously that was not the case. 2nd down and 12 for the Challengers.
Yeah, I thought it was 71 too. That was a little confusing. Maybe it's 70.
And if that be the case, that is Malachi Lowe. Challengers, empty backfield, save for the quarterback Farmer. Quartet of receivers out to the right. Farmer dropping back, and he's going to go ahead and take off and run with it. He's across midfield, down into North Valley territory. Howard brings him down, but not before the Challengers move the sticks.
Now it's going to be 3rd and short, Jim.
Third and short, okay.
Didn't quite get it. Got about 10. Remember, they had the two-yard loss on first down.
That's right. Okay, that's where I got crossed up.
So 3rd and a couple here.
Farmer going to go ahead and take off and run with it again, and he'll have enough for a first down on this one.
Yep. There's a flag, though, apparently. We're trying to figure out what the penalty is.
And then also we have a man down for North Valley, Carson Smith. While they look after him, we'll go ahead and take a quick break.
What's the penalty?
So you hear the penalty call going against North Valley, the challengers. Now with the ball at the 26-yard line. First down and 10. Trip receivers out to the left, including Carson Willard. Wind kicking up. Farmer rolling left. And then finds an open Briley Richardson. He has running room, and he'll take it to the house.
27 yards on the touchdown pass. And that's one of those run-pass options that the challengers have. And Farmer able to find Briley for the 27 yards over the middle of the field as he was kind of running around the backfield.
Yeah, you can just kind of see he's just kind of skirting that line of scrimmage, and then there's Briley with acres of space.
Oh, exactly. Behind him.
So Briley Richardson getting his share of the spotlight this evening. Didn't play football for Cascade Christian last year as a junior. Challenger's going to go for 2.
A false start.
And the penalty flags come out. So the challengers get a chance to do this over, but at a degree of difficulty to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, it's like we got a substitution of the game. It is Cohen Calvert.
Now they're going to kick it.
And Alex Fianaka coming in. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is blocked. So the struggles in the kicking game continue for the challengers this evening anyway. And we will go ahead and take a quick break. When we return, we'll be back with more on TableRockSports.net.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $15 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $15 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
Challengers kicking it away. And a little bit of trouble with it there for Cade Moore.
But it's a touchback when it goes in the end zone, so
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, it'll come out to the 20, and the North Valley Knights will start from there.
Well, you and I were talking over the break. Briley Richardson with a pair of touchdown receptions tonight. Coming in, he hadn't scored, although he was the second leading receiver on the Challenger team for the season.
Yeah, so a couple of nice opportunities for him tonight to score some touchdowns and become a target with, of course, some challengers out of the lineup tonight.
Right. Well, that's the thing with Scaglione out, and it's next man up, and Briley has stepped up to the challenge this evening. And on first down, the Knights go to the ground game. The challengers seem to think they have a fumble.
But they're going to call the ball down. I think they blew it down at the spot.
So the challengers and the Knights pick up a first down out of that. So the ball now will be spotted at the 30-yard line. 10 minutes left to go in the third.
And the quarterback keeper.
McGregor with it. He'll end up with a good pickup on the play of 5 yards.
Yeah, the Knights definitely having some success on the ground in the first half with those 100 yards rushing in the first half.
I think what's going to be a problem, though, is they'll need to get some yards through the air just because time will start to become an issue. Erkeneff, although you can get a lot done in a hurry if you continue to run the ball like that.
Well, and make first downs, because remember the clock stops while they set the chains. And that can help you as well. That's the 8th first down rushing now for the Knights unofficially, as they've done a good job running the football against the Challengers, which has tended to be this Challenger defense's weakness, running the ball in the middle of the field.
Wyatt Bell checking in to the Knight lineup, and they'll hand the ball off on first down.
That's Taylor.
So Hayden Taylor trying to work his way forward, pick up about a yard on the play, bringing up a second down and 9.
Caleb Parker doing a nice job from his linebacker spot of grabbing Taylor pretty much at the line of scrimmage there.
Well, wasn't that the question we really had coming into this year, is how the linebacker play would be for the Challengers?
Yeah, I think, and we've seen a little bit of it at times be tough. Some of these new guys stepping in, I think they lost their entire linebacking core, with the exception, of course, of Farmer from last year.
Oh, the Knights running the football.
Little reverse to Taylor, and he gets about 6 yards on the carry. Clock continuing to move here, 7:53. Clock moving. Challengers lead 22-0 here in the third quarter.
So with the pickup of 6, that'll bring up a third down and 3 for North Valley.
And I would assume at this point in the game, with the time and the score, that being at the 50-yard line, that this is 4-down territory for the Knights anyway.
Little pitch play, taking off and running with it. Erkeneff takes to the sideline, scampers, and he'll pick up a fresh set of downs for North Valley.
Yeah, give him 20 yards on the carry. And again, that's what happened to the Challengers in the first half, where they lost the edge. They lost the edge on that play, and there was a convoy out in front of Erkenev.
Fianaka checking into the Challenger lineup. Taylor Snowden will come in off the field onto the Challenger bench. 7 minutes left to go in the third. And with the carry, Erkeneff. Crosses the 30-yard line, down to about the 27.
Another 5 yards for the North Valley Knights as the run game continues to do well here.
Making his way over to the sideline is Friedman for North Valley. Checking in is Wyatt Bell. Clock continuing to move. Challengers still pitching a shutout at this point.
Yeah, the defense has definitely been bend but not break so far tonight.
Made big plays tonight. And again, North Valley sticking with their bread and butter.
Yeah, going to bring down up a third down and short for the Knights, and they've done a good job of converting these. I wouldn't be surprised to see that quarterback wedge thing they've done several times here in third and short.
Buchner with the last carry. And it'll be a third down and short.
You mentioned it before. The Knights do a good job of sort of converting these short yardage situations, at least they have so far in this game.
And
there's that quarterback wedge.
Yep. And it looks like from here that they should have enough for a Knight first down. So the Knights have worked their way into the red zone. Ball at the 20-yard line with 5:16 and counting to go in the third quarter of play. They're on first down. They're going to go ahead and take the ball to the outside. And Erkeneff.
Touchdown.
He scores.
20,
John Erkeneff.
20 yards out. You can see it coming. Nice drive by the Knights right down the football field for the touchdown.
So here's that replay for you, Erkeneff. And we've seen that play used time and time again. Gets blockers out there and got the momentum going. And there he gets his team on the board. 4:56 left to go in the third quarter of play. Looks like the Knights will be going for two. A little bit of trouble with it. Challengers smother it. So the 2-point try is no good. So 4:56 to go in the third. Challengers lead 22-6. We'll be back in 1 minute here on TableRockSports.net.
It's kind of simple. We're not rocket scientists. We just make great pizza. When you're ready for traditional values, time with your family, and a great meal, you're invited to Abby's. Order at Abby's.com. Our family is here for your family. It's fall. Want a great value that doesn't involve pumpkin spice? Try Abby's Barbecue Chicken Pizza. Save and enjoy a pizza with loads of quality toppings to the edge. Your taste buds and your wallet will thank you. Enjoy Abby's October special at a very special price.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Well, that too.
Oh,
that's
right.
kind of a double whammy, right?
Yep. And the Knights get on the board, and now Carson Smith getting ready to kick it away for North Valley.
And the Challengers kind of paying attention to see if there might be an onside kick here. And it is. It's a little bit of a mush kick and fielded by, I think is that Parker?
Or is that Sickler?
That's Sickler. Fielded by Sickler. And he just drops on it. And that's exactly what you want to do to give the Challengers good field position out at the 38.
Well, you know, it's interesting to watch now with the NFL rules and how they've changed. And
oh, yeah.
You know, I saw some really interesting and some good onside kick tries earlier, but I tell you what, it's one of those, again, high-risk, high-reward type of scenarios.
Well, in the NFL, you got to tell the other team when you're doing it, too.
Yeah. Ball at the 38.
There's
Farmer
no surprise anymore.
looking. And Briley Richardson with a reception. He breaks out past midfield, and he'll cross the 40 to the 35, down to about the 33. So Briley Richardson getting it done tonight. Medford is your sport ground where the West Coast comes to play. Visit travelmedford.org/sports to learn more about the many tournament venues, outdoor opportunities, and the event calendar to find out what's going on. And what's going on here is the Challengers are on the move, trying to come up with an answer after North Valley got on the board.
Yeah, nice little 27-yard pickup to Bradley Richardson on the tunnel screen that time from Farmer. Good blocking out in front, and nice job by Briley of breaking a tackle. And then
here they fake the fly sweep. Farmer on the keeper. He'll cross the 20-yard line. And you can see he's an angular guy, but he's not easy to bring down.
And I think we got a flag back at the 30. So give him a 5-6 yard gain, and then they're going to have a 10-yard holding penalty. So it's going to end up being a net loss of 4 here.
On the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
So the Challengers penalized. And that'll make it a 1st and 14.
Yep. So you get credit for the 6-yard gain before the holding, and then that's a 10-yard penalty back. So that makes it 1st and 14.
Clock moving at 4:26 left to go in the third, and that's probably just as much a plus for the Challengers as anything else, as flags come out once again.
Well, that's a false start on the Challengers. I don't know if you noticed, but the line moved for North Valley, and as the guy moved across from you can't move. And unfortunately, one of our line guys reacted to the North Valley line guy moving, and that's a false start.
So that'll make it a 1st and 19. Table Rock Sports thanks our great sponsors, including the John L. Scott Real Estate Scoreboard and our longtime friends from Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less in Southern Oregon. Clock moving with 4:05, 1st and 19 for the Challengers. Farmer got to go ahead and take off and run with it. He's being chased down, but keeps his feet, crosses the 40-yard line, gets down to about the 37.
Yeah, about an 8-yard gain for Farmer on that.
So I'll take some of the sting of the penalties out of there. Bring up a 2nd and 11.
Challengers just over 100 yards rushing now on the night, to go with 150 yards passing.
Trips to the left for Cascade. Farmer fakes.
Bryson Walker.
And Walker right straight up the middle. Farmer doing a good job of selling that fake.
3rd down and 3, so a nice job of the Challengers getting it into 3rd and manageable from where it was at 2nd and forever.
Yeah, to go from 1st and 19 to 3rd down and 3, you'll take that all the time.
Yes, you will.
Pair of receivers out to the left, one behind the other. And in motion is Jacob Beamish. And again, they're going to go ahead and run the same play. Bryson Walker with it. Picks up 1st down yardage and more as the Challengers move into the red zone.
Yeah, nice run that time by Walker. Good blocking out in front. He picks up 15 yards and another Challenger 1st down. And this is what the Challengers would love to do. Keep the clock running and pick up 1st downs and get some points after the Knights scored that touchdown. Sort of get a little bit of it back. Doing a good job of that already here. 2:20 now left in the 3rd quarter. Challengers lead 22-6.
Score to pass along. Roseburg leading Eagle Point 35-7. Bryson Walker. They go to the well once again. They'll pick up a couple of yards out of it.
Yeah, maybe
even a little bit more than that. It looked like they had him until they didn't.
Yeah, did a nice job of leg driving that and getting 6 out of it, or maybe 7. So good job by Walker that time.
Well, it just, again, kind of shows you yardage after contact, that leg drive and not giving up even after that initial hit. 1:35 left to go in the third. Challengers trip receivers to the left, the wide side of the field. And now this time, Farmer's going to take it, and he just keeps rumbling
and he's in
going.
For the touchdown.
And he scores. Touchdown, Challengers.
9-yard touchdown for Farmer. And the Challengers back on the scoreboard. And that was the counter. You saw them fake the play they've been running the last 3 times in a row. And everybody kind of for North Valley thought they were going to run the same play again, and that was a good fake and a good read by Farmer, which gets them in the end zone.
Well, that Challenger line doing its job. Center, Zach Cook. Left guard, Scotty Van Dyke. And now the Challengers going to go for 2 here. Walker in motion.
And we got a false start again.
So this penalty will move him back.
5 yards. Replay the untimed down.
And we got 1:20 left to go in the third. Well, they don't help their cause with the penalty here. They help their cause by gaining their back up by 3 touchdowns. Covey going to come out of the Challenger lineup. Briley Richardson is in. Tonight's action is brought to you by the Rogue Valley Transportation District. Need help learning the routes and options available to you? RVTD can help. Visit rvtd.org to learn more.
Watch for the slant here. Briley in the slot again. Let's see if they go back to that slant. Yep, they do.
But this time,
incomplete.
It falls to the turf.
Well, and if you know, and if I know it's coming, I would hope it isn't a surprise to North Valley, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
So I don't know about that call, but there you go. 1 too many times to the well.
1:20 left to go in the third. Challengers lead 28-6. We'll be right back after these messages.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Come enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
Over there, and then he runs it out and he's wide open.
Back here at North Valley, Challengers now up 28-6 as Fianaka gets ready to kick it away. Cade Moore back there. Ball lands on the turf. I believe that's Hayden Taylor there.
It is.
And he gets it to just inside the 20-yard line. So North Valley will get it back. Challengers successfully answering the earlier drive by North Valley, the touchdown run by Erkeneff that put them on the board. But with 1:15 left to go in the third, I've got to think at this point, Coach DeForest is looking at opening up the playbook and having McGregor take some shots.
Yeah, they haven't thrown the ball here in the second half yet. But by the same token, they've been pretty successful running it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they decide to do here against that Challenger D. And if I'm the Challenger safeties, I'm being very careful to not let anyone get behind me.
Man in motion is Taylor. Little pitch play. take it to the outside, and the Challengers lose containment, and the Knights pick up another first down.
Yeah, and that's what you can't do is lose. We talked about that earlier. That's a 22-yard run, and that's better. That's as good as a pass in that situation. Knights over 200 yards rushing now. Unofficially, I have them at 203.
And that'll move the ball up to the 40-yard line. We're inside 1 minute left to go in the third. 1st and 10 for North Valley. Again, a lot of motion.
And what they do is they move more guys over to one side of the field, so they're going to run the ball in that direction every time they move those guys. So you got to be ready for that. And that time the Challengers were. That's a good job by Caleb Parker in there.
Looks like we also have Hurley and Seiss over there. They'll pick up maybe a couple of yards on the play. But, yeah, we've definitely seen some things out of this North Valley squad that few other teams even try to attempt.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
So we've got 3 quarters of football in the books. Challengers lead 28-26, as you can see on your John L. Scott scoreboard. We'll take a timeout and be back with the fourth quarter of play following these messages.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Start of the fourth quarter. Knights in a 2nd down and 8. Little trickery there. Erkenef.
And nobody fooled by the Challengers, for the Challengers. Nice job down there of covering the receiver down the field. Got Jacob Beamish out there along with trying to catch the number of the other guy out there. But anyway, nice coverage down the field for the Challengers. Weren't fooled, and we're sort of looking for one of those trick plays, I have a feeling, in that situation.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. Medford Mattress, helping you rediscover sleep for over 30 years. Medford Mattress, downtown Medford, where quality is not costly. 3rd and 9. McGregor with pressure, wrapping him up in the backfield. They're taking him down.
That's Farmer.
Derek Farmer.
And that's a big loss for the Knights, and that's definitely going to force them to punt it.
Well, that's something that the pros don't get to do, but here in the high school ranks, quarterback gets to play some defense and unloads there. Loss of 7 on the play brings up a 4th down and 16. And so the Knights will get ready to kick it away. Carson Smith. Now we see something possibly setting up, but they'll kick it away, and then Bryson Walker, he doesn't need much of an opening. He'll end up running down the sidelines into Knight territory.
He's so fast. I don't know if you saw that, but there's going to be a flag on this. But give him about a 15 or 20-yard return before the flag. It'll still have good field position for the Challengers.
So a penalty flag thrown, and we've seen a few of these this evening, Mark.
Yeah, it's right there at the 45, so it'll be either a block in the back or a holding let's see what the call is.
Yeah, usually on a return play, a flag coming out is usually not a good sign for the receiving team.
No, it's not.
So it looks like, I wonder, is there a player down?
There's a player down over on the sideline over there.
All right. That might just be a good opportunity for us to take a quick break. So
yeah,
we'll be right back.
I would do that.
So what do you do when a loved one has been wrongfully injured or killed? It's simple. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download the Try Us app.
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my... Yep, it's working.
Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app for a free 30-day trial.
Visit U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, Southern Oregon's exclusive authorized agent for U.S. Cellular, now serving Roseburg and Klamath Falls. See SOUScellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
What are they doing?
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes. Can't you see out there? So, which one's your kid?
Okay, back to live action. And a pass. Caught. Jacob Beamish there as Derek Farmer airs it out.
32 yards to Beamish. Great throw. Good catch.
I tell you what, they're picking up yardage in the passing game in bunches tonight. The Farmer really, he may have had some trouble with hanging on to the football early, but there's been nothing wrong with his arm this evening.
Well, and he seemed to have got a little bit of inspiration here in the second half. He's really been throwing the ball after only 83 yards in the first half. He had some good plays in the end of the second quarter. It's getting better and better as the game's been going on.
He's gaining momentum.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Challengers at the 27 of North Valley. And Farmer going to roll out to his left and completes the pass to Richardson. Richardson going to take it to the sideline. Right there up to about the 13.
Another 18 yards for the Challengers, another first down. And the passing game has been picking up here in the second half.
Well, it's just been kind of one of those nights you kind of maybe get the feeling that the wind has gone out of the night sails. And the Challengers just continuing to pick up steam. Ball spotted at the 11. Farmer out of the gun. Trip receivers to the right. I'll go ahead and hand the ball. Scampering up, scoring is Bryson Walker.
So 11 yards on the touchdown run by Walker. And the Challengers putting this one away now.
So the play by Walker, we'll show the replay on that. And then Walker, again, good blocking by the Challenger line. And Bryson with that burst of speed takes it to the crib and makes it a 34-6 ball game as the Challengers go for 2.
Yeah, they haven't been too successful in the old extra point game most of the season. So going for 2 here again. Oh, no.
A little bit of trouble there, and Walker smothers it. So the Challengers, no good on the 2-point conversion attempt. We will take a timeout, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Hi guys, my name is Mason Mahaffey. I'm the Solar Pros Manager of Oregon, and I'm also a teacher and a coach here in the Rogue Valley. Have you looked into solar panels and it didn't make financial sense? I brought Solar Pros here to Oregon to make it more affordable for working class families to put solar on their home. Solar Pros is purposely beating our competitors' prices by thousands of dollars because we are that serious about saving you money. Solar Pros PNW provides the most comfortable, educational, and personal solar experience in Oregon. Visit our Facebook page at Solar Pros PNW to see all of our projects and all the families that
Challengers getting set to kick it away, leading 34-6 with 10:09 left to go in the ball game. Fianaka, high kick, taken at about the 18-yard line by the Knights. And working his way upfield for North Valley, Gabe Dahlberg, junior running back. And that'll be North Valley ball as Roy McGregor and company take the field.
Yeah, so the Challengers doing a good job on that drive of just making sure the Knights understand who's in control of this football game and really just put it away there with that last touchdown. And 10:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Challenger offense, as you mentioned, picking up momentum as this has gone along. And now 150 yards rushing for the Challengers, a little over 200 yards passing now. So a nice run-pass balance for that Challenger offense, really doing a good job on that last drive.
Roy McGregor completes the pass. Hayden Taylor climbing the golden ladder to make the reception as North Valley picks up another first down.
Yeah, good throw, good catch by Taylor.
Rory Wold, State Farm Insurance, protecting your dreams in Oregon for over 30 years. Like a good neighbor, Rory Wold, State Farm Insurance. Clock running with 9:44 left to go.
Just the third completion of the game for the Knights in the passing game. So the Knights have been pretty much one-dimensional tonight as far as running the football.
Erkeneff in the backfield, and he'll take the pitch. And he'll pick up forward momentum, should pick him up a yard or two.
Good job by the Challenger defense again of not letting them get to the edge that time. The times that they've been successful on those running plays is when they've been able to get to the edge, and that time the Challenger's there to kind of bottle them up for a short game.
Pickup of a yard on the play. Score to pass along to you. Cottage Grove defeating Lapine 53-6 this evening. And then you see Corvallis a winner in their game.
Fumble.
And
Knights recover.
Drop it and
but
ball on the carpet, but the Knights able to recover. They're a little slow to get up is Derek Farmer. He wants to get the license number of that truck.
I think he's okay. He's running off pretty nicely.
And then Mike, actually that'll be Seth Scaglione checking into the game.
At one of the linebacker spots.
You know, just get a chance to kind of get his bearings back.
Looks like Farmer's got a cramp over there. He's kind of stretching.
So they'll bring up a 3rd down and 14. Ball at the 49-yard line. McGregor going to unload, throw, the pass caught. Believe that is Carson Smith there. And he's down at about the 3-yard line.
That was a well-thrown ball that time by McGregor and right on target to Smith. And that's a 43-yard gain.
So the Knights attending to their injured player, Smith, after he made a great reception on the play. We will go ahead and break away for a moment and be right back.
It's time to fall into savings at Medford Mattress, downtown Medford. If you want the lowest prices of the year on all in-stock beauty rest Serta and more, now's your chance. Memory foam queen starting at just $3.99. With adjustable base, only $9.99.
Come in and compare our prices. You'll be glad you did.
Time to fall into savings. Only at Medford Mattress, downtown Medford.
Where quality is still not costly.
Discover luxurious Karastan flooring at Lippert's Carpet One. The flooring you need to live beautifully. With the National Karastan Month Savings with Style event, experience the luxury of Karastan and capture the lowest prices of the year. With savings up to $1,000 back on beautiful flooring and pay no interest for 18 full months during National Karastan Month, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
Continuing to attend to Carson Smith. So again, while they take care of the injured player, we'll go ahead and break away for a message real quick, and we'll be right back.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
So Carson Smith, having been helped off the field, looks like he's got some kind of leg injury, but that came after he made a nice reception on a well-thrown ball by McGregor. And McGregor on the keeper spins his way into traffic, and
the ball's out.
Ball's loose.
And the Challengers have it.
And the Challengers with another takeaway this evening.
That's the fourth fumble by the Knights that has been recovered by the Challengers, and Cascade gets the ball back on about the 2-yard line, it looks like.
So the Challengers a +2 on turnovers this evening. They've had a couple of their own. And really early in the game, that was the saving grace of the Challengers, was the ability to create turnovers.
Absolutely, and they created a couple of them deep in their own territory where North Valley had been driving in this, and had a chance to really jump out in front of the Challengers early in this game and was not able to do it, unfortunately for them. And the Challengers' offense has been better and better as the game's gone along.
And we have a flag coming in late, as
that's usually a personal foul penalty. Let's see what we have.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mark, that Grady Sickler has checked in at quarterback.
It looks like he has. Well, if Farmer is at all banged up, let's just, even if it's just a cramp, he doesn't need to be out on the football field playing, right?
No.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15 yards. First down.
So North Valley picks up the 15-yard personal foul penalty.
So Cascade moving the sticks, and a little bit more operating room for Sickler, the sophomore. We've seen him in the secondary quite a bit for the Challengers. A little bit at wide receiver. And, of course, early in the game, he got the Challengers going with a touchdown pass to starting quarterback Derek Farmer. 1st and 10. Short pass there to Walker. Walker just explodes out of the backfield, and there he goes into Knight territory.
Now we got a flag back at the 50-yard line, basically 48-yard line. So still, again, we're going to go back to our little math problem here. He goes clear up to the 48. That's going to be about a 30-yard gain for the Challengers, and then there'll be a 10-yard penalty.
So if it's at the 48, then I'll put it at the 38?
38, yep, if it's a hold. Or if it's a block or a legal block, it'll be a 15-yarder, which would put it back at the 33 or so. So we'll see what we end up with here.
And we'll get the official word here.
Sideline warning on the offense. There's no yardage on that. First down.
So they're going to give him the full amount of the yardage. 7.
We've seen that crop up on the Challengers a time or two. Split out wide to the right is Jacob Beamish. There's a couple of slots to his left. And man out wide to the left. I believe that's Caleb Parker. And they'll go ahead and hand off on 1st down.
And I don't think that was Walker. I think that was who's 8.
That's Mike Covey.
Covey.
Yep.
Yeah, that looked like Covey that time.
And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. This brings up a 2nd down and 10. Roseburg just scored again, and they lead Eagle Point 42-7. We're still getting used to the idea of Roseburg being a 5A team.
Yes.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 45. And they'll throw out to the flat. Completion to Parker. Parker works his way forward. That is for North Valley, number 21 on the stop. Shelby Boothner. That's one of the nice things about having public address nearby. You can get those things sorted out. It looks one way, and it's said another. Dropping back, throwing. Sickler with the completion. And there making the reception is Jacob Beamish. So he's made the most of his opportunities this evening.
Well, Sickler looks good out there throwing the ball, and that was just a short out to Beamish. But the Challengers pick up about 7 yards and a 1st down.
We see Cohen Calvert in the ball game for the Challengers. He split out wide to the left. The junior transfer from Grants Pass. 1st and 10. Ball at the 34-yard line of North Valley. Sickler looking left. And again, completes to Parker. Parker has 1st down yardage and more.
Nice hard run that time by Parker. Picks up about 15 yards on the play, and the Challenger offense with Sickler at quarterback continuing to roll.
One of the things I really like about this kid, you guys see him growing in confidence and his contributions game by game.
Well, it's always good to have a backup quarterback that knows what he's doing out there, because you never know when something's going to happen. I mean, we've seen that over and over again with the Challengers.
Clock running with 5 minutes left. 1st and 10. Challengers at the 20 of North Valley. I'll go ahead and hand it off. And
that's Covey.
Covey getting an opportunity, making it count. Looks like he'll have about 8 yards on the game.
Challengers unofficially 161 yards rushing tonight, 265 yards passing. So nice balance by the Challenger offense. started out really slow in the first half, but have really played much better here in the
second is short, but, well, maybe not for much longer.
Offside this time.
5 yards. Results in a first down.
So the Challengers pick up the first down on a penalty. But, yeah, well, that's when the Challengers are at their best, because you're on the defense, and it's like, well, you don't know what's going to come. And it's almost sometimes pick your poison.
Well, and then the other good thing right now, clock running, 4:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. Challengers lead 34-6, and time is definitely on their side. They're just taking as much as they can here, and eventually Getman having some trouble getting a play in, so they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout on the field. We will take a timeout. Challengers lead 34-6. We'll be right back in 60 seconds.
It's Jeep Adventure Days at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 24 Ram 1500 4x4. Shop online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Super.
Back to action here at North Valley. Getting a little windy and a little chill in the air here. 3:57 left to go in the game. Grady Sickler in at quarterback in relief of Derek Farmer. Mike Covey in the backfield. Split out wide to the right is Jacob Beamish. So it's a youth movement out there on the field for the Challengers. Grady looking toward the end zone. Looking in the direction of Eli Young.
Yeah, that one was not a good choice. Good coverage out there, and he's pretty lucky that one didn't get picked.
That's one of those times when you just kind of get the feeling they wanted to force the action there. They wanted to make that play happen. And
yeah, you can't predetermine who you're going to throw the football to.
No.
You got to find the open guy. So that particular one, not very well done. Covey with the football now, and he gets in the end zone, it looks like.
Michael Covey.
From the 6-yard line, so a 6-yard touchdown run for Covey.
So we'll show you the replay on that. Covey, he has been a defensive standout for the Challengers, and now he gets a turn on offense, and he makes the most of it. And he's kind of tall as running backs go,
and he runs pretty straight up and down as well.
Kind of makes you think of running backs like Brandon Jacobs from the Giants back in the day.
Yep.
Tall back. And the kick right down Broadway, it's good for Fianaka. So Challengers lead 41-6 on your John L. Scott scoreboard. And we will go ahead and take a timeout and be right back.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
41-6 your score. Challengers pulling away in the second half. Alex Fianaka set to kick. High end-over-end kick. And Here goes Dahlberg with it. He'll cross the 30-yard line, up to the 35, out to about the 38. So the Knights with the football and a running clock with 3:26 left. Solar Pros and owner Mason Mahaffey invite you to learn how you can save thousands on solar panels installation for your home. Visit Solar Pros Facebook page to learn more. Search Facebook Solar Pros PNW.
So the Challengers, with almost 300 yards of offense here in the second half, has really taken control of this game. Offense started finally clicking for them, and I feel like they got it back together here at the end. So a nice job by the offense of sticking with it and making the plays when they needed to down the stretch here and taking control of this game. Defense has played solid all night.
Dahlberg ends up picking up first down yardage. He's seeing some action in the Knight backfield as we work our way down the stretch of tonight's game. Challengers will conclude the regular season next Friday against Lakeview over at their place. North Valley will take on Klamath Union.
And sort of the summary of the game right there as the Challengers recover another North Valley fumble.
So with 2 minutes left to go, Challengers, the reserves, getting their opportunities here late in the game. We see Covey in there along with Beamish.
And that sort of sums up the Knights' night, as that's the 5th fumble that they've given up in the football game. And that's really killed them tonight, as they've had a lot of opportunities to score points that have been sort of thwarted by the fumble.
Well, you know how, and you see it all the time. You talk about turnovers in a game being the difference maker, almost to the point where it almost seems trite, but this is a game where you see it play out. When you think about what the difference it would have made if North Valley had avoided those turnovers early and gotten some early scores, how the flow of this game might have looked differently.
And now the Challengers is going to take some knees here, and this will be the end of the game.
So winding it down.
And so one more knee should do it. And just a nice job by the Challengers of continuing the momentum in the second half, especially offensively. The defense played good, I thought, all night.
Right.
A little rough in that very first quarter, but they made some adjustments on those sweep plays and were able to start forcing the Knights to throw the football, which they really didn't want to do. And just a good overall job of the Challengers taking care of business there toward the end of the game.
So it's just about all over but the shouting. Cascade Christian with the 41-6 victory. Cascade raises their league record to 4-0, so they're the only undefeated team left in Special District 5. Overall record goes to 5-3. North Valley will slip to 3-1 and 6-2 overall. So the Challengers, once they got it going, it was a freight train you couldn't stop. Cascade Christian wins the ball game by a score of 41-6. We will take a timeout and we'll be back with the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role postgame show here on TableRockSports.net.
It's time to fall into savings at Medford Mattress, downtown Medford. If you want the lowest prices of the year on all in-stock Beauty Rest Serta and more, now's your chance. Memory foam queen starting at just $3.99. With adjustable base, only $9.99.
Come in and compare our prices. You'll be glad you did.
Time to fall into savings. Only at Medford Mattress, downtown Medford.
Where quality is still not costly.
Discover luxurious Karastan flooring at Lippert's Carpet One. The flooring you need to live beautifully. With the National Karastan Month Savings with Style event, experience the luxury of Karastan and capture the lowest prices of the year. With savings up to $1,000 back on beautiful flooring and pay no interest for 18 full months during National Karastan Month, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes. Can't you see out there? So, which one's your kid?
The referee.
You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your role.
Welcome to the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role postgame show. Visit travelmedford.org and search Know Your Role to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better. Looking at the highlights from the game, it was a defensive grind early in the ball game. Problems with keeping possession of the football. We saw 4 early turnovers and a scoreless first quarter. However, the Challengers would break out in an unorthodox fashion. Derek Farmer, as always, starting at quarterback, and for a play, they bring in Grady Sickler, the sophomore reserve, off the bench. He moves into the quarterback spot. They move out Farmer to the receiver spot, and then this is what happens. Sickler gets good air underneath the ball. Farmer beats his man. And the Challengers get on the board first. 2-point conversion attempt is good to give the Challengers the early 8-0 lead. Then a couple of minutes later, Derek Farmer showing us he doesn't need GPS to find the end zone. He ends up throwing a little slant pass there to Briley Richardson. The 2-point conversion attempt, good. And that would end up giving the Challengers a 16-0 lead. Then in the third quarter, Challengers once again on the move. And here, rolling left, Farmer maintains patience. He finds Briley Richardson once again. Briley kind of being the go-to guy in the absence of Caleb Scaglione. And the Challengers extend the lead. Then with the Challengers leading 22-0. The Knights get on the board. This time the play on the run, and we saw him early especially being a factor for North Valley. John Erkeneff finds running room to the outside and puts the Knights on the board to make it a 22-6 ball game. Then the Challengers answer on the play. It is the Challengers scoring this time on the ground game. But the scoring wasn't done for Cascade. On the play, working his way up the middle. And there's Bryson Walker with it. And then one more score for the Challengers late. Michael Covey comes on in relief of Walker. He gets the opportunity here takes the hand off, gets some good blocking, does a good job of keeping his feet, and he crosses the goal line. Extra point attempt by Fianaka is good, and that gives you your final score of the Challengers 41 and North Valley 6. With all those highlights, Mark, giving you time to work on the stats, and I imagine you've got a lot to throw our way.
I do, but first, man, great camera work up there by our camera guy. He did a good job tonight. All those highlights that you captured, not possible without the Johnny stir on the camera. So nice job, Johnny, on that camera tonight. And a good job by the Challengers. We talked about it a little bit during the game, but in the first half, the Challengers just 132 yards of offense running and passing, but by the end of the game, 432. So 300 yards of offense in the second half by the Cascade Christian Challengers, and that is a statement, in my opinion, against a good North Valley Knight defense that have been holding teams to 8 points a game. The Challengers come in the second half and just really rev up the offense and take care of business tonight. So let's look at some of the stats for North Valley. They definitely had their chances tonight. They get 13 first downs in this game. They run the ball 36 times for 208 yards. So their ground game pretty good. Lots of first downs, moving the football. But unfortunately for them, they had 5 fumbles that the Challengers were able to recover. They had a turnover on downs inside the Challenger 20, and they had a field goal blocked, about a 30-yard field goal blocked as well. So, they had their opportunities to score more points than just the 6 they got, but kind of shot themselves in the foot with turnovers all night and just weren't able to do much with it. Passing the football, McGregor 4 for 11 for 81 yards tonight. Return yards for the Knights, they had 80 yards in return. So total offense for North Valley, 369 yards of offense. They also had 7 penalties for 65 yards, but the biggest thing all night long for them was the turnovers. 5 fumbles recovered by the Challengers, a turnover on downs, and a blocked field goal. So those were the sort of the stats for North Valley Knights, and again, just those turnovers killed them. You go to Cascade Christian tonight, 18 first downs, only 6 in the first half, 12 first downs in the second half. Running the football, 32 carries for 167 yards. Passing, Derek Farmer, 16 for 20 for 265. So again, running and passing, 432 yards of offense for the Challengers. They also had 54 yards in returns for a total offense of 487 yards. Penalties for Cascade Christian, 7 for 60 yards. They also had 2 fumbles that they go over to the Knights as well early in this football game, but did a much better job taking care of the football in the second half as well as running the offense. So overall, I think the Challengers, this is a good tune-up game. They'll have another one at Lakeview before the playoffs. And anytime you go to Lakeview, you got to have your head on right if you're going to win a football game over there, because you can count on the fact that it's always tough to win in Lakeview after that long bus ride.
Yeah, if you think it's cold here tonight, it'll be some kind of cold in Lakeview next week. And there's that long bus ride over there. You're talking about young men, where you got a lot of things going through your head on the trip between here and there, and things can get interesting. But what they have done is they've put themselves in a position to get that valuable home date to open the playoffs. And they did so against a North Valley team that can be proud of what they're accomplishing. We got a chance to see it tonight. And again, with all the motion that they do, all the different things that they do, it requires execution, and they have that capacity for executing well. It just wasn't their night against a Cascade team that cranked it up and took it away.
Especially in the second half, the Challengers were very good, and that's the kind of team they're going to need to be in the playoffs throughout the entire game, not just for a half, if they're going to compete with some of these better teams in the state. So coming in here against the 5th-ranked Knights, first half a little rough, but, man, second half, very well done by the Challengers.
Yes, indeed. Well, we'd like to thank you for watching today's broadcast. Our thanks to North Valley Athletic Director Tim Sam for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net and today's broadcast. Special thanks to our head coaches, Lee DeForest and John Getman. Our next Table Rock Sports production featuring Challenger football will be Friday night at Lakeview. Again, the final score, John L. Scott scoreboard, Cascade Christian 41, and the North Valley Knights 6. This has been a presentation of TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer is Joe Brett. With Mark McLemore and Jay Smooth, Johnny McCoy, I'm Jim McCoy saying thanks for watching and good night from North Valley High School in Merlin, Oregon.